Hey, Xbox Gamer Dad, how are you, buddy? How are you? Hope you're well. Sorry, I'm just trying to set this up. It's just nothing wants to work today. I overslept today and I was just really exhausted, so I've just been sleeping. So yeah, I'm alright. So it's just been crazy. It's been crazy. So, just trying to see. It's crazy, man. Anyway, let's check out this. Oh, what am I doing? Oh.
Welcome to Skull and Bones. Our game takes place during the golden age of piracy, in a world inspired by the beautiful yet dangerous Indian Ocean. You'll start your journey as an outcast, whose goal is to become the most infamous pirate to sail these treacherous waters.
I signed up for the live.
After surviving a shipwreck, you begin your adventure in St. Anne, one of the pirate dens in our world. Dens are centers of pirate activity, where you can craft new ships and equipment, provision for your expeditions at sea, pick up contracts, and socialize with other players. Any pirate worth their salt will tell you that preparation is key to success. Get ready for any challenges that come your way by checking that your cargo is stocked with items like food and ammunition. Once you're set, it's time to head out and explore. As a rookie pirate, you'll only have access to a small dhow, but as you progress, you'll be able to craft different ships, each with their own unique playstyle. At sea, you'll need to pay close attention to the condition of your ship and the morale of your crew. Your crew are a pack of vicious raiders and rovers who will mutiny against you, if not kept well-fed and happy. If your ship sinks, you'll lose some progress and respawn at the nearest discovered den or outpost. The good news is that most of your cargo will be recovered, and you'll have the opportunity to retrieve the rest from the wreckage. But you'd better be quick, as other players can also steal it.
Josh, this is the new Skull and Bones. It's coming
as a pirate
in
captain,
November.
Your reputation is everything,
coming out in November,
and
man.
our game tracks this
So
through
yeah, this is
infamy.
just the
The
trailer
higher
that they
your
did.
infamy, the more opportunities
So,
you'll get.
they had
One of the
a
many
showcase
ways to
earlier
grow
this
your
morning,
infamy
about
is to
5
take
a.m.
up contracts. These
So
are
they went through all
deals
the
that you can
gameplay
make
and stuff.
with other pirates in the world.
It
Contracts
looks
can
amazing.
have great rewards if you're successful,
Definitely,
or costs if you fail.
Can't wait for this.
You
Can't
can
wait.
also
It's
gain
gonna be
infamy
good.
by completing other activities, such as
The gameplay
exploration,
sort of reminds me of
plunder,
Assassin's
treasure
Creed,
hunts,
like,
investigations,
reminds me
dynamic
of Assassin's
events,
Creed a bit,
and much
so
more.
it'd be
You can
interesting to
undertake
see
these
how
either
it
solo
actually plays
or
out,
with
so
other players.
you can actually
the
sign up
world
for a
of
live
Skull and
test as
Bones
well,
is
so you
filled
can,
with riches
check out
and
the gameplay and
resources
stuff.
that you'll be able to
You
gather
can do
as
that
you
just by going
explore.
to Skull and Bones.
Lagoons and rivers are teeming with dangerous
Bones
wildlife
game,
that you can hunt for animal skins and meat.
Ubisoft.com/live.
You'll also be able to harvest a variety of raw
sign up for it.
materials,
Pretty
such as
cool.
ore and wood, that can be refined and used for crafting.
Oh, no way.
Crafting is an essential activity for you to progress
I know
as
there's
an
sharks, I
infamous
know that
pirate.
for a fact.
Obtain blueprints
There's
and
sharks
use your
in this.
refined resources to craft stronger ships, weapons, and armors. In Skull and Bones, ships serve many different purposes. Cargo ships are slower, but useful if you need to transport
Yeah, it does
large
look very
volumes
interesting.
of loot.
It's pretty cool.
Navigation ships sail faster, but have less
Definitely
cargo
excited for it.
space
Definitely
and lower
excited for
hull
it.
HP.
Did you watch
Firepower
this
ships
morning?
have more gun
Xbox Game
ports,
Dad? I
allowing
imagine
you
you
to
would've
deal
been up
higher
early to watch it.
damage, but are more
Well, you didn't.
challenging to maneuver. Similarly, you can craft a wide array of unique weapons and armors, from Greek fires to giant ballistae to rocket launchers and mortars, as well as different armor types, which have varying strengths and weaknesses against incoming attacks. With your new fleet and growing arsenal, Create a loadout based on your personal playstyle to become a force of destruction.
How awesome is this? That is so cool.
Out in the open ocean, opportunities and threats are abundant. Use your spyglass to identify lucrative trade routes or wealthy merchant ships and assess your prey's cargo and firepower.
Ship ahoy!
Strategize a plan of attack based on your opponent's defenses and take advantage of their weak points to deal more damage. Sinking your foes from afar rewards you with only a portion of their cargo, as some of it will be lost to the depths. Getting in close to execute a boarding maneuver will help maximize your gains. But beware, you can turn from predator to prey in a heartbeat if you attract the unwanted attention of privateers, the merciless pirate hunters that patrol the seas. If you enjoy the thrill of the hunt, you can also seek out other players and rain terror on them. Such PvP battles are high-stakes activities that can be rewarding if you emerge victorious. From your spoils of battle, personalize your individual look with outfits that command respect. You can also select from a multitude of ship customization options to instill fear in your enemies. With the wind in your sails, journey to the furthest reaches of the Indian Ocean, from the coast of Africa to the East Indies. Encounter extreme weather events like violent storms and monstrous rogue waves. Keep your eyes peeled for outposts, which are safe spots where you'll be able to dock your ship for a short rest from the perilous seas. Here, you can trade with traveling merchants and clandestine smugglers selling rare and illegal goods. Uncover buried bounties at outposts as you decipher treasure maps obtained through your voyages. Although all the content in Skull and Bones can be done solo, you might enjoy ruling the seas with your friends. While sailing, you can also easily invite other pirates you encounter to group up. Synergize your different playstyles, ships, and weapons to defeat deadlier enemies. As you grow stronger, take on more difficult challenges, such as attacking forts and plundering settlements. And, if you're bold enough, engage in dynamic events, like taking down heavily laden merchant ships and their fleet of warship escorts. Now, it's up to you to write your own story. Remember, there is no one path to follow, no one way to play. The world of Skull and Bones is yours to discover.
How awesome is that? That's pretty cool. Alright, what was the other one I've got? This one. So this one's got the ship combat, the customization, and the progression gameplay. So I really wanted to see what this one's about, so it should be good. Oh, what happened there? Oh, nope. Small one.
Skull and Bones just revealed new gameplay and is bringing you all that good pirate action on the Indian Ocean when it launches on November 8th.
See, so it does have that sort of Assassin's Creed feel to it. Thank you for the sub, Xbox Game Dad. That's really appreciated. 2 years! Oh my god. That's insane.
Ryan All right, let's start at the beginning. So can you tell me a bit about the Dow, the first ship that players will captain in Skull and Bones?
It's
Sure.
gone so
So
quick.
as you mentioned, the Dow is our smallest ship. It's the first ship that you get when you
Okay,
start
so
the
you get a
game as you're
Dell,
rescued by
so
what
you
will
get a small
eventually
ship.
become your crew.
Look how
It's what
small
we
it
call kind
is.
of the hunter-gatherer ship, where you learn how to gather resources and hunt some of the wildlife to
Oh no, so
basically
you get a
collect
normal
things that
ship.
you'll
Okay,
need to
I was
use to
gonna say,
craft
is
bigger
it?
and better ships, different weapons, and different armors.
It is worth it.
In the
Oh, I
early
appreciate
hours, will players have the tools to
that.
start fights with other ships, or is it more of a lay low until you
This is
can have a
crazy.
bigger
Did you
boat
actually?
situation?
Did you see the
If you
Nacon
choose
show
to
this
join a
morning?
PvEP
Oh my
server,
god.
meaning PvP is enabled,
Some of the
you
announcements.
can engage with combat with other
Yeah, it would
players
have
at any
Assassin's
time,
Creed influence.
even on your
Yeah,
Dao. Having little spear fights
it's
is
just
actually kind
rather
of fun
interesting because
sometimes.
I'm
You'll be
excited to
upgrading your
see
ships pretty
the
quickly
actual
in the game to
gameplay.
get something
So I was
larger, where
actually
you can
hoping that they
start
would have a
adding
live
cannons,
test
some more
because that's what they should
firepower,
have done. They
and
should have
then
had a
you might
live
want to
test so everyone
start
could
taking
actually
on
jump in
other players if you
and check
wish.
out the
It's a little
game
bit
so
easier
far
to sink them
and give their
try to steal
feedback
their
because
loot.
I'd imagine that's what they'll be looking
As
for,
players
right?
craft newer and bigger ships,
Yeah,
what
17 games
relationship
shown
will
at
they have with their
Nacon.
fleet?
Yeah, I'm looking
Do
forward
you
to it. I'm
envision
actually going to
players
watch it after
having one
this. I've got it
flagship
set
that
up,
pour
ready to
all of
go.
their resources
So
into upgrading, or
but
maintaining an array of different ships for
just so
different
much cool
activities?
stuff. Like
At launch, we have 12 playable ships, which we call
there's too
the
much happening.
captain's fleet, that we want the players to eventually acquire, unlock, and craft. And we definitely are more in the second camp of that question, where we want the ships to have things that they're best at. We call them kind of tools for the players. So it's not necessarily about upgrading to a certain ship and then that's all you use for the rest of the game. I'm sure players will get an affinity for the certain types of play styles and ships that they like the most, but there will always be a right tool for the job and maybe another ship that they want to craft and customize out in their loadout for taking on certain types of activities and certain type of pirating in the game. If you were given a contract or a job from another pirate to move a large quantity of stolen goods or dangerous material from one place to another, as one of our quests in the game, you're definitely going to want to use a cargo ship to be able to accomplish that. So you can use anything for most activities in the game, but there will always be the best choice for what you're trying to accomplish. Our pirate game, our open world pirate game with Skull and Bones, is naval combat, and we definitely wanted to be best in class for this type of game, which is ships on the sea. So our combat is very fast paced, and we also have depth added into the combat. So the types of weapons you choose versus your enemies will be important. As you're in combat, your crew actually kind of works into this combat fervor, which we call fury, and you'll be able to unleash what we call crew-to-crew attacks. That could turn into a boarding attack, and it's the only way you can actually get all the loot and make sure that nothing sinks to the bottom.
When you're fighting, what are the major elements you need to consider? For example, loadout, scouting, positioning, aiming, etc.
All of our weapons and armors are classified into an element. So it's based on, of course, we want to be grounded in reality of this 17th century kind of dawn of piracy. So things will be blunt, or maybe they will cause tearing of the sails, or they could cause flooding. Now, based on the target that you're taking on, they'll have some type of armor. It could be just wood. It might be stone. It might be clay, which we call terracotta in the armor section. And based on your loadout, you will have either a good effect, you'll have a bonus damage to that enemy type, or you might be neutral to that enemy type, or you might actually be doing less damage. Now, you're never completely inefficient. You can always take on any target with any type of loadout, but there will be better, more effective loadouts depending on what you're facing. Also, the sails are a way that you can actually slow your enemies, or eventually kind of rooting them in place for a temporary period of time where they can be easier to take out. Also, all of our enemy ships have something we call weak points. So depending on the class of the enemy ship, you'll see these large kind of outlined red targets. And if you take those out, you'll do a high amount of damage. You might start the ship burning. They'll have a different effect. It might change their behavior, but it'll definitely do a lot of damage.
Let's talk about when combat doesn't go
Flamethrower,
your
yeah,
way.
the
So is it
flamethrower looks
possible to
awesome.
flee from
I can't wait for
combat
that.
and escape an enemy or reach a safe haven?
Yes,
Flamethrower
so
looks awesome.
might be more difficult to escape a player, for instance, who's chasing you, but you definitely can flee, and we have safe areas around both dens in the game, which are kind
Makes
of
you
our
wonder
little
though. So,
pirate
like,
villages,
obviously,
if
if
you
your
will. So
if
you
your
can
boat's on
run
fire,
and flee,
like, how would you put it
to
out?
get
Like,
back
do you
to
have
those
like a
areas, and
bucket
then you'll be safe.
that you can get
Or you
water
can
and
just try
stuff
to
and put it out
outrun
like
or
you do in Sea of
outsail,
Thieves?
some of the
I'd imagine
enemies
you
if they're
would.
chasing
There'd
you,
be like some
which
sort
also
of
can
like
happen.
water on board
And some of our
to actually
plundering
put it out.
activities,
So,
the whole point might be just to kind of snatch and grab. So you get what you can while you can
and I
hold
wonder
off
if they'll
the
have like
reinforcements coming,
certain
and then
skins
you
that
were
you'll be able to
always
get
planning
like
on
for the
running at
ships.
some
Like,
point.
you know,
So
will there
that's
be like a
definitely
Far
possible.
Cry skin or maybe an Assassin's
As a
Creed
follow-up
flag or
question, if
you know,
combat
some
really
sort of
doesn't go your
sails
way,
that
what
you can dress your
happens to
ship
your
up with?
ship and crew when you're
Because that'd be
sunk?
actually
What
pretty
happens to your
cool
cargo?
to actually
So
have
if you
like
do
Ubisoft
happen
titles
to get
as
sunk, which will
cosmetics
happen
for the
to
game.
everyone, and you lose your ship, what happens is there's a wreck created where that happens, which has a certain amount of your materials. Then you'll respawn basically either at one of the dens or
Yeah, it would be.
at the nearest outpost, depending on what you choose. And most of your materials are mailed back to you. They're insured, so you can get them in the mail. If you choose to then
So obviously
go
you
sail
have
out to
to
your wreck
throw
and
the
no one has
harpoons
looted
yourself,
it,
so
like
there's
another
no
player,
harpoons attached to the ship by the
then
looks
you
of
will
it.
basically get all of
So
your
you'd have to
materials
use your own
back,
harpoon.
and it'll just have cost you a little bit of time, and you recraft your ship, and you keep going.
Yeah, nah, it'd be definitely interesting.
Skull and Bones is an
Definitely be
online
interesting.
open world or open sea game, and so you definitely will be coming across other players. And whether or not
I also love
PvP
that it
can
shows
be,
you ship's health and
an
stuff as
option
well.
is based on your choice.
So
Are you on a PvP opt-in server or not? So if you are, then you have to be kind of wary and make sure that you're not going to become the target of another pirate. But at any point, if you feel like that's not for you, or you feel like there's maybe too many players that are engaging in PvP
okay.
on the server you're on,
See,
you can just
they're gonna have
opt out
PvP and
immediately
PvE
and
servers,
go to
so
a PvE only
if you end up on a
server, you don't lose
PvP
any
server, you got to
progress,
watch out for the other
there's no
pirates
penalty,
because
there's
they
no
could end up
problem
taking
switching
you
back and
down.
forth. And then maybe you progress a little further, you get a different ship, you upgrade some of your weapons, and maybe you want to jump back into a PvP enabled server. Because there are benefits for playing. And
Oh, you get
risking
different
more
ships with
on the
PvP enabled servers.
servers.
So there's a benefits of
I think
risking
I'm
more.
ready for combat. Thank you all
That's
for watching.
cool.
Check out the Skull and Bones worldwide gameplay reveal on Ubisoft's YouTube channel. Take
Yeah,
care.
that's exactly right. That's cool. That is very, 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 very cool.
The Xbox
Wait a
and
minute.
Bethesda games.
Well, let's get rid of that one. Yeah, I'm interested to see this because I've been looking forward to a lot of the games that are coming up on this list, especially RoboCop. I never actually got to see the trailers for this, so pretty excited to see where it goes. There's some good trailers there, yeah. I saw the list, I was like, yeah, definitely want to see what this looks like. Because they do some really great games, like a lot of great games. Werewolf the Apocalypse, I love that game. That is such a great game. It's such a great game. I love playing that. If you don't have it, definitely grab it. It's good. It is really, 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 really good.
Hello everyone and welcome to Nacon Connect 2022. My name is Funka and I've been joined by my good friend TPK sitting just next to me. Yes. How are you, TPK?
I'm doing well, I'm so excited for this Nacon Connect 2022. It's been 1 year already, how time flies. So yeah, really excited for the upcoming announcements.
Yeah, and there'll be a lot of them. In case any of you guys don't know what Nacon is. Well, Nacon is a French publisher that develops games going from simulation to action adventure.
This guy's trying to comb his hair over.
Everything you can think of, basically. If you're a gamer, there's something in Nacon for you.
There's something for you in terms of games, but also in terms of accessories. Because, well, obviously Nacon also well, is into controllers, of arcade sticks, but also headphones, plenty of things actually.
Yeah. Basically, as I said, like if you're a gamer, if you want to play, if you want to use some new equipment, new gear, there is something for you in the Nacon catalog. So I'm really excited to be here this year because it's not the first time that we've seen Nacon Connect. And I know, TPK, you followed the last year really, really closely. So just, talk to me about this a little bit.
Yeah, so last year, Nacon actually announced, pretty exciting titles, if you ask me. For example, first of all, we have The Lord of the Ring, Golem. Of course, everybody basically knows about Golem. Everybody knows about The Lord of the Rings. So it's always exciting to see a new game about this amazing series. But also we've had Still Rising, a very surprising game from Studio Spider, a French studio. I cannot wait to learn more about this game because, well, I'm a huge fan of this studio myself, so it's going to be really, really impressive. And finally, the one more thing from last year.
One more thing.
RoboCop. This movie we've all watched, basically. We all watched and we all love. And in case you haven't watched this movie yet, well, please do so because...
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. But, like, be wary a little bit. It's like, it's a, kind of complicated movie. Sometimes you'll get, it can be scary sometimes. You know about RoboCop, you know about Paul Verhoeven, the director.
Yes.
So just in case you didn't see it, just, do yourself a favor and do it. Well, right now at Nacon Connect, we've got a lot of stuff to show you, quite a bit actually, and I know about it because you'll see a lot of me in the videos that are coming up after that. Because yes, I've been, going around interviewing people in studios, watching those trailers that you're about to see. So yeah, in case you don't like me right now, I'm sorry to say that you'll see a lot of me during this broadcast.
Who doesn't like you?
I don't know. Well, just some weird people, I guess. But no. But don't worry. I'll be fine. I'll try to do a good job. At least I did in the past. So what about this year? Is there anything right now that you could tell me that strikes your enthusiasm a little bit in terms of upcoming stuff coming from Nacon?
Yes. So we talked about those games. Those 3 games, but there are so many games that we have to talk about tonight because obviously. There's that one game that I love, Ad Infinitum, which is a survival horror game that I'm so it's surprised about this game. I cannot wait to see more. But also in terms of, I'm a fighting game player myself. I love fighting games. So there's always something for you in Nacon, and basically you have fight sticks. And fight sticks, I'm a fight stick player myself, so I love the Deja, which is the current Nacon fight stick. And there is a new version maybe coming your way, and I cannot wait to see and, hear more about this amazing fight stick. So yeah, we have plenty of games, plenty of accessories also to show you tonight, which leads us to obviously what we have to talk about, which is right on your screen, and is a bingo, I believe.
Can we take a look at that bingo that's supposed to be behind? Oh, it's actually in the screen. Like the production value is going out of this world. So basically, what we have here is a bingo setup, right?
Yes.
And what we wanna show you is we'll go through every single box and show you, a little image or a little something, a hint of what's coming your way in the conference part of Nacon Connect. So I guess we can start right away, and I'm feeling lucky with number 67 on the top of the screen.
Number 67.
Can we show that square? So, be wary at home. Just look at this image and try to figure out what it could be. So TPK, I know you are a huge nerd, and you can go through those images and know what they're supposed to represent.
Yes.
Do you have an idea? Do you have a guess right there?
I mean, this reminds me of, that's a very special architecture, basically. Something that I've seen in Paris, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like something I'm familiar with because you and me are French guys, right? So
Yeah.
we are familiar
Parisian,
with this.
you can say it.
Parisian.
Parisian. Le Parisien.
I am not really from Paris, but I'll you
Yeah,
know.
me neither. Me
Yeah.
neither. Me neither.
you know, I'll leave this one. Yeah, so it reminds me of something Parisian.
Okay, so,
Yes?
so in the chat, we're kind of interested in knowing what you guys feel this image is supposed to be representing right now. So if you've got any ideas, just don't hesitate to tell us in the chat if there's something that rings a bell. If you're agreeing with TPK, saying that looks like a, some kind of Parisian architecture, with,
Yes.
mentioning the old stone wall as well as this
Cloudy atmosphere.
Yeah,
I don't know. There is a special atmosphere in this image, and yeah. So we'll obviously reveal what's hidden behind this picture later on.
Yeah.
But for now,
So those are hints of what
those
you're gonna
are
see
hints.
next. So if you've got an idea, if you've got something, just grab it, put it in your brain for now, and you might be able to recognize some of that in the upcoming trailers because there's gonna be a lot of them. TPK, I think we did our best with this
got no idea what it
square.
is.
Is there
Yes.
another one that you want to reveal?
You know what? I'll pick number 27.
That's a
Number
terrible
27.
choice.
Oh, is it?
No, I'm just saying,
It's all right. So we have trees or
Okay.
plants, actually plants.
Yeah.
And also some kind of special architecture.
Yeah,
Again,
another architecture thing, structure, but it's really green. Like
building.
there is a lot of leaves, lots of of plants, as you said, and that weird architecture. What could it be? Like,
I don't know.
and that's not a modern thing, right?
No,
Like,
that's not modern.
It can't be modern.
By any means. I mean,
Okay.
it's actually old, or it doesn't exist in our world, more
Come on.
precisely.
I like where your brain's
Get
going
into
right
the
now.
trailers.
I wonder if there's a game in the catalog that could
I don't know.
be connected with that. We don't want to spoil.
We don't want to spoil things,
We,
right?
we don't want to
Because,
spoil
we-
anything in this, but take into account green leaves and that architecture that kind of looks a little bit different from what you could get
Not from
on
this
normal
world.
Earth.
Not from this world, actually.
See what I did there?
Actually,
You liked it?
there. Yeah, you're a professional.
Okay. I'm gonna go with
Yeah, have a
another
guess.
square if that's okay with you.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with 74.
74.
The one in
All
the bottom.
right, 74. Oh, this one is completely like it's strange, right? You have an iron, so someone's ironing clothes,
Okay.
most likely.
Okay.
I don't see anything wrong with this picture.
Okay, so my eyes are not as good as they used to be. I'm getting old a little bit, but I do feel like those hands,
Oh yeah.
they look old. They
Some-
look weird.
Yeah, something's wrong about this hand.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
that's not a human hand, or is it?
It has 5 fingers and stuff, and it can iron.
Does
so
it?
I don't know if and I don't know if that's 5 fingers, but it can like use an iron. So in a way, has to be human, I guess, in a way, but.
Yeah,
Let's
this hand
see what
is.
this one is actually, like...
That's promising.
yeah.
This
Come on.
picture, this hint is promising,
Oh,
Yeah,
actually.
Not
but
for
I
the
have
bingo.
no idea what it should be.
I have no idea.
But
or
there's
maybe.
something wrong with the hand. Just,
Yeah.
I want that to be known,
But
like-
the shirt is all right. Like
Yeah,
the
the-
green shirt is all right.
Yeah. Is it
It's a
green
human
shirt or is
hand
it a red
ironing,
shirt?
ironing a shirt.
I mean,
Ironing the
Or
bottom.
I mean,
ironing
what-
something.
the person ironing
Come
is
on.
actually wearing your shirt.
Ah,
green.
oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Nothing fancy.
aliens
nothing
don't
too
iron.
fancy about it.
No, you're right.
Nothing
What's the next square?
You know what? I'll pick number 91, actually. Number 91. Oh, and again, buildings. We have this very greeny atmosphere.
Uh-huh.
So something very, I don't know, we are lost
looks Lord of the
in
Rings.
a
looks
really,
Lord of the
really
Rings.
particular, really strange region. I don't know.
Yeah, so the weird thing is, like, there is a huge building in the back.
Yes.
Like, really tall one, but at the same time, you've
tower.
got like a church in the
Yeah, it
in
looks
the
Lord of the
front.
Rings.
looks like a
like
church.
gold.
It is like an interesting way of setting up the image in general. So is the green thing already like a tell, or like once again architecture? Are we doing
Yes.
an architecture
class?
like talk or something?
Might be.
I'm not exactly sure.
So I think that you guys in the chat are like at every hint, you guys are actually guessing Test Drive Unlimited, and that it's come on, please.
It's not in a bingo, right? Like it's not in the bingo.
Or is it?
I don't know. There's still 4 squares left.
It's not this job.
I mean,
That's
if-
not this job.
we'll see about that.
Yeah?
We'll
Okay,
see.
okay.
But it's also very promising.
It is. It is. For an image, it is really, really promising right now. Okay. So,
Your turn.
Okay. Do you have any square in mind? Like, what's the sexiest in your opinion right now? 41, 45,
You know what? Let's start with 41.
41?
Since it's the first box. So it's all. Oh, okay. So we have a sign
That's test drive.
written in Chinese.
That's test drive unlimited.
Okay.
Maybe it looks
okay.
like
That is test drive
at least
unlimited.
a language from Asia.
Asian characters.
Yeah,
I guess,
Asian-
like
Asian- yeah,
Asian
Asian
alphabet.
language.
I'm not exactly sure where,
Yes.
but it's also like a.
That's test
like
drive
a
unlimited.
driving
It's
thing,
set in
like
Hong
a
Kong.
driving
We see a road.
sign, right? Like
Yeah,
there's
we
a
see a road.
road and there's a driving sign in a way. Like is
Yes.
this a stop sign? Well, I don't speak that language personally. But,
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
You don't.
I already speak English a little bit, and
Oh.
it's kind of rough. And le français, you know.
Le
So
français.
that's already a lot for my brain, you know. If you guys have any idea what this could be, we're interested in knowing in the
Yes.
chat. If you guys are excited about this one. So since TPK did make the call for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Of course. Of
sure?
course. I'm definitely down for it.
Okay. So let's do 5. 0,
Let's do
5.
05. Oh, okay. So this is a texture, or it doesn't look
That's an
like
accessory.
because we have buildings in other pictures. We have
This
an
is not a
iron.
building.
This is not a building. This is
Okay.
no architecture.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So
Lots
what's it
of
all this?
tiny holes.
Black and white,
Like
Three holes.
and like looks like a plastic thing.
It's an
or-
accessory.
Maybe it's made
Come
out of
on.
plastic.
So that's an object we're looking at.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Most likely
Okay. I'm interested.
an object.
Ah,
All right.
I do have an idea.
You
but
do have an idea?
I don't want to see. I don't want to say it because
Yeah?
I'm gonna spoil something. But
Okay. You're
it
beating
looks
around the
like
bush.
something that's around
Come
us
on.
in the studio.
Get into the trailers.
Staying. Maybe not on this one.
Get out.
All right, so let's pick things up with maybe number 55? 55?
45.
45, sorry.
45.
55. 55 doesn't exist. All right, armor plate. Armor plate.
Ooh.
Yes. So
And a
it's
good one.
raining behind, I guess.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
It's raining, so that's an armor plate. I see an
RoboCop.
arm. Oh, it
It's
looks like a
RoboCop.
right arm.
Yo, Asher, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah,
We're checking out the
I see
Nacon.
what you meant because at first I was like, okay, armor plate. I kinda
Yeah, it's
get
good,
behind
man.
but
Get it.
Also looked like a.
You should
plane,
get it.
You know, like a.
We're checking out the
plane,
Nacon
like,
stuff.
You know,
Test
like
drive
the
unlimited
engine,
and
the
that. So
spaceship, or
Yes.
you know, the end of a.
definitely
plane.
grab it, man. It's
Okay, but
$77.
it does look like armor. Now
It looks
now I
like
see
an
That's
it.
a
armor
good
plate.
Now I
price.
see it.
All right, so
I see it.
let's see what's hidden in
a great
the upcoming
game.
announcements. And finally, number 98.
We're going to be playing a bit more of it after this.
98.
So after we're done here.
Alrighty, that's really special.
Oh, we're going back to architecture.
Yeah, I'm definitely
again,
getting
build-
test drive
Yeah,
unlimited.
again, a building.
Again, a building
But
made out of
not
bricks.
not any kind of building. Yeah, you're right. Like red bricks.
A bit blurry.
Yeah.
I definitely want to
something
check out
that goes
RoboCop
fast.
as well.
It's in that.
Oh, nice.
It's
Just
in that
Dance
since
with
it's blurry.
Two's $28.
It's supposed to actually be.
That's pretty
something
cool.
really
It's
quick, really
representing
fast.
and
Yes.
movement.
The camera is holding up.
And there,
right?
yeah, and there's racing games, right, in the Nacon catalog. So could be something along those lines.
Yes.
Really interested once again. If you guys have any conversation in the chat, just, maybe try some guesses in the chat. That would be interesting to know. But we do have the Nacon Connect bingo completed right now. So you do have around how much is that? 3, 6,
Nine?
8
Eight?
clues because
I can't
the one in the middle is the
I
Nacon
suck at
logo.
math.
It's the Nacon logo in
Yes,
the middle.
it is.
We didn't have to show it. It was already there.
I suck at math.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, 8 hints about upcoming announcements or even games
Yes.
from Nacon Connect 2022. We won't give you any more hints,
Yes.
but we will eventually give you trailers.
Yes.
So I guess that's a massive hint. You know,
what we
if you're looking for like what kind of game it is, it's probably going to be written on the screen. That's pretty cool.
Most likely, that's what we are here for. But without further ado, because I think that you guys are waiting for the exciting announcements from Nacon Connect 2022.
Yes.
If you don't mind,
Come on. Get into
I'd
it.
like you guys to take a look at what's coming up next, because here are the different announcements.
Oh, that's pretty
from
cool. 45
Nacon
bucks,
Connect
that's pretty good.
2022. Let's go.
That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. I like that. Looks very plasticky though. Looks very plasticky. Probably a good idea. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to bring the see-through back. Yeah. Nah, look, it looks good. Like the lighting looks awesome. Alright, let's see what games they've got, because I really want to see these trailers. I'm definitely looking forward to Test Drive Unlimited.
In local news, a new crime wave that is sweeping Detroit has already claimed the lives of 21 police officers.
Hey, RoboCop! Yes! I've been waiting to see this one. Nice.
Can you fly?
Oh, did you see that?
What the hell is this?
That's crazy,
Where is
Ash.
all the money?
We all saw it hesitate in a life and death situation. Why?
Listen, I would trust this guy with my kids. I mean, if I had any. This was just an isolated glitch.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
Awesome.
what a way to start the conference here at Nacon Connect 2022 with this banger trailer for RoboCop. My name is Fonka and I'll be your guide over the next hour as I'm going to be joined by numerous talents from the Nacon family. You can expect new gameplay trailers as well as unannounced games and the new gear from Nacon Accessories. Earlier this week, I was at Spider Studio to talk about their upcoming project,
Awesome.
Still
That's
Rising.
cool, Ash.
Let's take a look at it. We are here at Spider Studios today, where I'm going to be meeting with Jan and Sébastien to talk about their next game,
This
Still
looks good
Rising.
too.
I'm Jean Rousseau, I'm the CEO of Spiders, and I was also one of the co-founder of the studio when we created the studio in 2008. I'm also the writer, and I'm designing and creating most of the universes we use in our games. Still Rising is an intense action RPG set during a twisted version of the French Revolution. So it's not a very historical version, but in our version of history, the King Louis XVI completely became mad. You know that he's very passionate about, the true king was really passionate about mechanics, clockworks, and in our version he was so passionate that he made one of the genius engineers he had in court create some amazing machines to serve him and to entertain the court. At the beginning of the revolution, he unleashed all these mechanisms on Paris to crush the beginning of the uprising. So you play during the game Hades, who is a masterpiece of this genius Vaucanson we talked about already. And you were before dancing automatons at the court, and you were transformed into a deadly killer that serves the queen as a bodyguard. And she will send you, the queen, to try to find out about what happened to your master, to stop what is happening in Paris, and also to find back what happened to her children. So you will probably have to stop the machines of the king and fight a lot of them through your playthrough. But now that you know a little more about the game, let's see some new footage of it.
That is cool. Yeah. New Rising. It's gonna be good. Interesting. Very nice.
Hello, I'm Sebastian. I'm design director at Spiders. I do the editorial design regarding the gameplay at Spiders on all the games that are developed in the studio. The fighting system is dynamic. Aegis is grateful, agile, and our movement. Every attacks can be combined with jumping, dodging, or every tools that you can unlock in the game. Various playstyles are possible, from fast blades that can be risky to use to heavy weapons that can help you to keep enemies at bay. You can also switch to alchemical weapons that help you to handle multiple targets during fighting in melee, but you can also be from a distance using muskets. You can encounter various enemies in the game, from basic mobs that are prototypes to some mini-boss until you encounter big bosses called Titans. You don't fight humans in that game. The bosses have their own strengths and weaknesses. They also use alchemical attacks against the player, and they are really challenging and tough enemy that don't only grant you experience to upgrade your character, they unlock also extra content. Some of the bosses unlock new tools to the player that enhance the experience of the game regarding the combat and the exploration. During the development, we put a lot of effort on the control responsiveness with Aegis, and we're really proud about it.
And now, let's watch some gameplay from Ad Infinitum.
See coming!
Manchmal weiß ich nicht, ob ich träume oder wache. Ob ich hier in den Gräben bin oder zurück im Haus in Berlin.
Yeah. Pretty incredible, though. Looks good.
I am now joined by Nicolas Dejean from Artefact Studio to talk about their upcoming
That looks
release,
really
Crown
cool.
Wars: The Black Prince. Let's watch the trailer together.
France, year 1356.
Some really great games.
Almost 20 years of God-sent calamities have afflicted the land. The Great Plague bereaves cities and countryside alike, while a ravenous war is waged between the royal families for the crown of the most powerful kingdom of Europe. Alas, an even more terrible scourge is on the move. Lurking in the shadows, a secret power advances timeless evil, child of conspiracies, bred from despair and unholy sacrifices. On the edge of the abyss stands a handful of men and women devoted to knowledge, the last bulwark of light against the darkness.
All right, so Nicolas, we just saw the trailer of the game, but since I have you here, can you talk to us about what the game is actually like?
Sure. Crown Wars is a squad-based tactical RPG that takes place in France during the 100 Years' War. The game has a really strong historical background in which we mixes historical situation and myth, historical figures and legends, as long as it serves the gameplay and the storyline.
So now that we have the historical setting, who do you play as and what do you do exactly in the game?
You play as the lord of a modest domain, worn out by the war, who will have to make strong choices to survive in a country on the verge of chaos and misery. To progress into the game, you'll have to recruit companions and send them across the country to fight into tactical battles. This battle will serve your personal interest or the interest of the powerful family who are fighting for the Kingdom of France at that time.
So you mentioned companions that will fight for us, but can you spare any details on who they are and what they can do in the game?
Sure. A wide range of classes are available to players. It goes from a crusader, heavily equipped, a beastmaster with its ferocious animals, to an alchemist who masters devastating potions, each of them with a very unique role within the squad. The tactical battles offer the balance between melee combat and ranged attacks. The build diversity is quite huge, mostly due to the fact that a companion is a mix between class skills and weapon skills.
So what will be the challenges that the players will have to face in the game?
These companions, men and women, will allow you to respond to the tactical puzzle proposed by the game. You will have to constantly adapt your multiple squads to the enemies and the environments, which bring many configurations. You will fight in forests, in villages, in castles, and in strongholds. As the time passes, seasons pass and will impact the battlefields.
So we've heard pretty much everything about the game, but one thing, when is it coming out?
The game will be available in 2023 on PC and consoles.
Thank you so much, Nicolas, for being here, and thanks for all those info.
Thank you, my pleasure.
And because the fun never stops here at Nacon Connect, we've got two new trailers to show you.
Thought someone was at the front door.
And Chef Life.
Crazy. Oh, Blood Bowl 4. 3. Blood Bowl 3.
You wretched scum! Do you have any idea what Blood Bowl is? Grabbing the ball, protecting your teammates, going to the end zone, and scoring touchdowns. Simple, isn't it? So why haven't I seen any of that on the pitch? As a coach, I was spoiled for choice when recruiting. From the most barbaric and bloodthirsty Black Hawks to the most impregnable dwarves in defense, yet I chose to believe in you. I found us the best cheerleaders on the circuit. And had you playing in the most famous stadiums. Well, maybe we ran a little bit short of money when buying your gear as a result. Yeah, that's not the point. This is what I expected from you during this match. Moving! Get it? Dodging! Passing! Protecting the ball carrier and crushing the hell out of your opponents! You had a chance to shine every turn. Oh, I know luck could have been with us. But that's not an excuse! Of course I know that you're fragile little guys. Blood Bowl is neither fair play nor good-natured.
That's pretty cool.
Blood Bowl is a demanding sport. Your opponents want your heads. And even their fans will murder you if they have the chance. Rules and referees won't help you.
We never played
Selfish
previous one,
tricks.
it's
Pull
turn-based.
yourselves together.
It's turn-based.
Get out there and win me this match.
Hi, welcome to my restaurant. I just redecorated the dining room. I hope you like it. I felt like something a bit more elegant. Wow, time flies, doesn't it? Let's get to work and prepare for tonight's service. First, let's see what we'll put on today's menu. Jumbo shrimp is in season right now, so we can make it our dish of the day. Let's make an order to stock up. I try to only use local suppliers to get the best ingredients, even though it's a bit more expensive this way. It's important to be a responsible chef. All right, we're all stocked up now, and the team's just arrived. Great! We can start the mise en place so we won't be swamped when the customers' orders start rolling in. Let's go! First, I cut the vegetables, mince the meat for the lasagna, then I prepare the dough, but not too thin this time. Oops, I almost forgot to start the bouillon for the dish of the day. Now that it's ready, I can keep it warm for later. All right, everything's ready. The customers will arrive soon. It's rush hour now. Luckily, I can count on my dream team to help me out. Kasim, prepare a shrimp for table 2, please.
Yes, chef.
Here we go. Perfect seasoning, impeccable technique, but I'm not too fond of the plating. Let me redo that real quick.
Oh, wow.
Great. Now it's perfect. All right, team, let's keep it up. Excellent service today. Our customers were delighted. If we keep it up, I'm sure we'll reach our dream, obtaining our first Michelin Guide star. And you, what will your chef life be?
We've talked about games, now let's talk about accessories. Earlier this week, I met with several brand ambassadors from Nacon to try out the new equipment coming out end of the year. Let's discover them together. Hey guys, I'm here in the beautiful city of Paris to try out the new gear from Nacon, the new controllers. I'm going to be joined by a lot of great players inside, so let's go.
PC, not
So we are here at Luffy's place right now, and we will be playing a little bit of versus fighting right there. So first of all, Luffy, thank you so much for having us.
It's my pleasure.
We're in a really nice place right there. We've got the console set up. We also have Kayane and Mr. Crimson that's going to be playing a little bit later. Who do you think is going to win?
I actually think Kayane is going to win because she's playing Chun-Li, which is the strongest woman fighting game, and Kayane is the strongest woman fighting game as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice combo. Yeah. Two-hit combo right there.
When I started to play fighting games, I was playing with a Dreamcast controller, also Caliber 1, then a PS1 controller, and even when we were on PS2, I was still playing with a PS1 controller. Then my brother said, if you want to go to Japan someday and play in arcades, you have to learn to play on arcade sticks. So I was 15, and one of my goals, my dreams was to go to Japan someday because I'm a big fan of Japan. And then I started to play with it, and I never left. And the fact I'm a French player, working with a French team, it's really nice because when you send mails, you feel read and you feel that they really listen to what you say, even when it's annoying. And I'm really annoying sometimes with some details, and I know that they're like, oh no, can you just send a mail to say that, to change things? But they are changing things when I tell them that it's better. I know they want the best from me, and everything I say, I feel like it's important. So making this stick with Nacon for many years now, it's really enjoyable.
First, pretty much like Ayane, I was playing a lot of Dreamcast, and I like where the joystick was. And I played like the Xbox controller a lot. I start with Street Fighter 4, and I told myself, okay, Street Fighter 5 will be on PS4. I need to change something, but I don't want to play with the PS4 pad. And I saw Nacon was doing like some kind of pad, was pretty close to the Xbox 316. Then I won a big tournament, and I realized that this tournament was organized by Nacon. So they sent me a message, hey, you won our tournament using our pad? Okay, let's have a dinner together. And it started from that. I'm a pro player, and as a professional, like my controller is my working tool. So what I like about the Revolution X is that it is fully customizable. I can set the weight, I can change a lot of things in the pad, so that's probably the thing that I like the most about this controller.
What I really like about the Nacon controller is it's fully customizable. There is many things you can change. Even if you want to put a pink stick, you can actually put a pink stick as well.
All right, guys, I'm gonna stop you right there. I know you want to play a lot. That's what you guys do, but I'm suggesting something. Right now, you gotta swap controllers. You're gonna be playing on stick, and she's gonna be playing on controller.
Oh, it's gonna be very tough for me.
Okay, let's try it.
So it's gonna be a bad game, but I want to see it.
But I really want to see Crimson play on arcade stick.
Oh my god, this is big, this is heavy also. Okay,
it's so light.
let's see.
Good luck, have fun, guys.
Okay, let's go.
Ah, il est tenté. Bien joué.
Bon, voilà, la manette.
Porte-moi chance maintenant. On va inverser.
Great headsets are pretty nice. Really good. I used to have one until I broke it.
Back to Nacon Connect 2022. We talked accessories. Now let's get back to the games. Our next trailer is a world premiere. The first ever seen gameplay images of The Lord of the Rings Gollum. Let's take a look at it.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Something calls
This is
us
gonna be amazing.
Gollum.
This game's gonna
What
be
is
awesome.
it, precious? The precious, of course. The precious. We want it. We want it. Must stay in the shadows. Get to higher ground. What if he watches us,
That
the
is
Dark
cool.
Lord? What if he sees?
sheriff appreciates your contribution.
What's up? Must be. It's Robin Hood game.
And we just watched the first teaser of Gangs of Sherwood here, and I'm joined by Andrea Di Stefano, the game director on the project. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to show the game for the first time.
All right, so Andrea, can you talk to us about the game? Can you pitch it in just a few words?
Yes, of course. So Gangs of Sherwood is an action co-op game with up to 4 players. It is set in a reinvented Robin Hood universe that mixes a medieval setting with World War I technology. So it's kind of unique. You pick one of the 4 main characters of the game. This is Robin Hood, Friar Tuck, Little John, and Maid Marian, and each one has its unique fighting mechanic. So it is a game that is very easy to pick up and play, but it has a very unique complexity layer of combat.
That's cool.
So, Robin Hood, where did you get the idea from the game?
Well, I'm a big Robin Hood fan since I was a kid. And also, like, at Appeal Studios, we're really fans of action games in general. And Robin Hood IP is kind of a natural fit because you have these different characters with different weapons and different combat styles. So it really felt like a natural thing to go there. And also this, this kind of blend of medieval and World War I setting. That's really like in our DNA because we really try to create interesting universes that are unique and that are memorable for the players, hopefully.
Well, Andrea, this sounds really, really good, and I can't wait to get my hands on the game. But the question is, when is that going to happen?
Very soon. Gangs of Sherwood is going to be released on consoles and PC in 2023. We're super excited to show more of the game in the future.
All right, good luck with that. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Joining me in the studio right now, I've got the producer for Paradise Project. Guillaume Blanchard is joining me right now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Before we go any further, let's watch the trailer.
Okay. It's a zombie using an iron. Now I know where those guys are getting it from. Oh wow.
So Guillaume, we just watched the gameplay trailer for Paradise Project, but since you're here in the studio with us, can you talk to us about the game?
Yeah, sure. Paradise Project is an action-adventure game where you will have to explore, to fight, to craft, to hack, and above all, survive. And you can enjoy the adventure alone or with a friend or on the same machine. It's work even if it's not a friend. And up to 4 players online. It's an action game, but it's not a classical zombie slasher. Your brain will be as important as your handmade weaponry to survive.
So Guillaume, in this game, you're slaying zombies left and right, but at the same time they're helping you? Like, what's the deal here?
You start your adventure in Paradise, a place where a man had a vision, a dream that one day zombies will no longer be a threat for humanity, but will serve it. And even if his dream didn't really come true, there is some handyman in Paradise who succeed to set up homemade technology to control zombie. And it is what we call zombie hacking, and it's a core feature of our game.
All right, so now I get the why you get to control zombies, but how does it work? What's the how?
In fact, zombie hacking is experimental technology that first makes zombie harmless. So you put a hacking helmet on the zombie's head, and voila, he will stop trying to eat you.
And that's good.
Yeah, it's a good start. Crafting is an important part of the game. You will be able to create some equipment for your zombies, and you can also give them simple orders. And combining both, you will have a wide range of possibility to experiment. The zombie you capture, for example, can join you in your exploration, help progress or assist you in your fighting, or you can leave them in your camp for defend it or to gather resources for you.
So you get to be best friends with zombies in a zombie game? Now that sounds really promising. When can we play it?
The game is scheduled for fall 2023 and will be available on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series.
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
A lot of games coming out next year.
It's time for us to take a closer look at Clash with the new gameplay trailer coming right up.
Fighting game.
Our next game will
Clash.
be presented by its creative director, Jonathan Jacques Beltet, who will talk to us about Hell Is Us.
Hi folks, my name is Jonathan Jacques Belletet. I am the creative director of Hell Is Us. Today I'd like to take a bit of your time to talk about the 3 distinct narrative layers, but also how we created this game from scratch and the kind of like processes that brought us to its world, its gameplay, and these 3 narrative layers. So for Hell Is Us, I took a bit of time to figure out what I wanted these kind of high-level directives to be. And they're a mixed bag of things that had always been dear to me and also stuff that I kind of knew that the team also wanted to try and work with. So I came up with about 5 or 6 and I proposed them to the team and we all agreed and we went ahead with them. So the first one at the top of the list is exploration and discovery. When it's truly player-driven, when it's like player cognitive abilities that are putting 2 and 2 together to discover the secrets of the game through your exploration. So the second one is pretty much, I guess, the main theme of the game. It's human emotions and passions, and specifically how they relate to human conflicts, all the horrors and the atrocities and the bloodshed that we can bring upon one another. The third one is the Civil War, and as you can see, this relates right away to the second one about the passions and the emotion. The fourth directive was the combat system of the game had to be a third-person melee combat with melee weapons. The fifth directive was that the game had to take place within a contemporary setting, as you can see, this brought a bit of a challenge how to justify the third-person melee combat in a contemporary setting. And the sixth one is I wanted to make sure that the enemies in the game were not humans and we would not bring any harm to human beings. So now that we had our set of directives, we were ready to really sit down and create the game, and then we created the story, and this brought us the 3 distinct narrative layers that we have in the game.
If you're a true skateboarder at heart, you will love our next game, the top-notch skating sim, Session.
my shot, but it was only half-hearted. Too much adrenaline, not enough dream. I hit the finish line before I started. Got all messed up inside, it's pretty lame. But even though I said I'm never coming back, I drove a superhero right back in. You're not turning back, now you're out of town. Nothing there is, nothing's gonna stop me. Stop me now. Nothing's gonna stop me. Stop me now.
To keep the ball rolling here
Pretty cool.
at Nacon Connect 2022, we've got
Early access
Valentin
already
who's going to be
available.
talking about their next release with Stakes Game. But first, let's watch the trailer.
To frighten
I just don't understand. Like, see, Sessions seems interesting, but I don't know. It just
nightmares.
seems very much like Tony Hawk's.
Growing shadow spreads across our world. My power is fading. For whom shall I summon my ravens? The girl in crimson? Savage, reckless, consumed by a beast within her. Cursed virtuoso. His deadly melodies linger on the air, much like the plague that trails in his wake. The blighted warrior. His warped mind, haunted by the draconic soul he is now bound to. Or perhaps the icy damsel, whose touch is as cold as her frosty heart. Which forgotten legend can resist the darkness?
This looks interesting. This looks like a top-down.
Others will also come to answer the call of the Raven's Watch.
Raven's Watch. So it's PC. It's PC. Picked up Australian Open Tennis 2.
So Valentin, a lot of mysteries surrounding this
$14 with
game, but
MS
already
points. That's
some
pretty cool.
gameplay footage from Raven's Watch. Tell us everything.
Sure. At Stake Games, we are really glad to finally be able to share with you a glimpse of our next game. Raven's Watch is a top-down action roguelike with a new feature that's very dear to our hearts, online co-op up to 4 players.
All right, so up to 4 players in co-op online. That sounds really good, but can you tell us more about the gameplay?
Absolutely. In Raven's Watch, action is at the heart of the gameplay, thanks to tactics and intense challenges. Also, the game will let you play as different characters, each with their own playstyle and abilities. Each run is a new beginning, so you'll have to adapt your playstyle and make the best decisions possible in order to have the best build if you want to complete the adventure alive.
So Valentin, since I have you here and you're the art director on the project, can you talk to me a little bit about the kind of world we can expect from Raven's Watch?
Definitely is.
Of course.
Definitely
In Raven's
is.
Watch, you will play as characters taken from myths, legends, and fairy tales that actually act as the protectors of the dream world. Nightmare has broken into the world and is wreaking havoc and creating monsters that you will have to face off against. This is a very dark fantasy take on fairy tales. It enables us to explore different unknown moods and atmospheres, so we cannot wait to show you more.
Well, this sounds really exciting. I personally can't wait to play it with my friends, but is there a date? When can we play it?
We are looking at a PC early access next year in 2023.
All right, that sounds great. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Our next game is going to challenge your decision-making and management skills. This is the gameplay trailer for War Hospital.
War Hospital puts you in the
Very
challenging role
interesting.
of taking command of
Brave
a
man.
frontline field hospital located in northern France during the Great War. There are no clear-cut right or wrong decisions when it comes to maintaining morale or holding the front line. An equally fierce battle is being fought behind the front, the battle to save lives. War Hospital focuses on the constant fight to save the wounded. Chemical warfare, bullets, shells, and finally mental trauma will all become a part of the struggle for life on the battlefield. The constant pressure of time in the face of a shortage of resources and manpower will bring the morality of the greater good into question. Is the life of a single person worth risking the entire hospital's population for? How far will you go to keep the next patient alive? Every decision has both short and long-term consequences. Face them, learn from your mistakes, and improve your hospital. Find a solution to every problem. Adapt on the go to maintain morale and prevent the collapse of the front line, which constantly needs to be strengthened. New types of wounds require the use of newer and newer medical technologies, new infrastructures, or having to use more drastic treatment methods when you are dealing with the most seriously injured soldiers. You have the fate of many lives in your hands. The war hospital must carry on at all costs.
I had the chance to visit the studios of KT Racing, who are now working on 2 different games, WRC Generation and the long-awaited Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. Test Drive Unlimited. This looks amazing.
Introducing the new era of WRC.
This is
Unveiling
WRC.
the groundbreaking new hybrid Rally 1 cars powered by fossil-free fuels. Choose a driving strategy to maximize power against duration. Electric boost off the start line, then regenerate power under braking. Blast off with a new hybrid powertrain, delivering up to 100 horsepower
How good
of
does this
extra
look?
power. Raise peak performances to a whole new level. Get ready to turbocharge your way through WRC generations.
Hi everyone, I'm Alain Gernu, Creative Director at KT Racing. You just saw the trailer of our new WRC game, WRC Generations. WRC Generations is the new WRC game from KT Racing. It's also the last WRC that we will make, so it's like, you know, an apex for us. We wanted to put lots of contents, lots of things to do for the players in this large content in terms of cars, the new generation of cars. We try
So it's
to
the last
put
game that they're
mostly
making
all the countries
for
that we
WRC.
developed from the previous iteration of the game. So it's more than 20 countries that you will be able to drive on this new WRC. One of the big new feature in the game this year is the league system. The league system is a way to make the players drive at their rhythm with people of the same skill. So it's a nice way to enter in the competition with all the contents that we have in the game, countries and cars. It's a very dynamic system that makes new competition very often with, I would say, unlimited and unlimited combinations of different countries, cars and so on. So it hopefully can last generations in the game. And you know, we have also a very big, ambitious game at KT Racing, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, and I will let our lead game designer, Guillaume, talk about it.
Hello guys, I'm Guillaume Guinet, lead game designer on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is a special game. It's a driving game like no other, you know. It's not about racing, it's about experiencing a car. In Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, there is different landscape. You know, across Hong Kong Island there is a lot of different landscape, and every landscape has something special. You can drive on road, on gravel, on grass, and every car has something to say about the different surfaces. But there is one special car for each situation. The Solar Crown is hosting a tournament across Hong Kong Island, and it's a special competition the player is gonna experience during the game against the other players. There is two aspects of competition in the game. One is the official one, the Solar Crown Live event. It's a competitive PvP. And the other one is about lifestyle, about clans. You are going to join the street, the shop, and they are clashing each other. You are in the middle of them, and you have to choose one of the side and fight for it. They are rivals in the game, but they share a common passion, the true love of their cars. Your cars are a part of your identity, and you can customize them as much as you want. And now, I have a surprise for you. Let's watch some exclusive footage of the game.
Very cool.
When you find the car that's truly yours.
It's not one in a collection, or a line in the ledger. It's love.
My car is a reflection of me.
Every last detail is there by choice.
Mine makes me stand out from the crowd.
Mine is different to all others.
We may have started as human and machine.
But we always arrive as one.
And together, there are no limits to what we can do.
Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Together we drive.
And before I go, I've got one last surprise for you. Enjoy.
Oh, no way. No way. Terminator. There's a Terminator game. It's awesome. How awesome is that? It's so cool. So cool. Definitely looking forward to a lot of those games. Like Test Drive Unlimited. Like there's so many great games coming. So Test Drive, Terminator. RoboCop looked like it was just on PlayStation and PC, which is a bit of a shame because I'm hoping it is going to be on Xbox because... But... It's just looks like such a great game. So many great games. Anyway, but stick around, folks. We'll be right back. We're going to load up the quarry, and we're going to continue on with that gameplay. Definitely looking forward to that. But thank you for joining us for the Skull and Bones and Nacon. Definitely some really cool stuff coming. So very excited. But don't go anywhere. 1 second. Yeah, it's very cold here. It's very cold here, Ash. I've got the heater on. I've got like, I'm just cold, man. I'm just cold. It's crazy how cold it is. Might have to put a jumper on. Anyway, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back.